Hello, Miami. This is 305 Sports Now, your whole podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will, and it is official, all right? It is official on August 10th. Colin Simmons, the #1 edge rusher in the country out of Duncanville, Texas, will be deciding what school he will be attending after his senior year is done in Duncanville High and where he is going to represent. It is down to 3 schools, guys. 3 schools. It is down to LSU, Texas, and your very own Miami Hurricanes. 6'3", 225 pounds. Colin Simmons is an absolute stud. All right, just a little bit of a brief analysis on the kid. I mean, he is just a beast. All right, he has a quick first step. Right, if you are not, quick off your footing, if you are a left tackle or pretty much the tight end or anything, anybody's assigned to blocking this kid, he will beat you to the quarterback. All right, he is absolutely fast. He can go sideline to sideline. He can stop in the running game. He can set his edges very well, as a defensive end, which is very important because it allows the linebackers to make plays as well as he, being a defensive end, is also able to make plays. He's a nightmare with quarterbacks. If he's not sacking you, he is in your face and he's knocking the ball down, right? That's a brief scouting report on him as well. He is just a flat out beast, right? That's why he's the #1 edge rusher in the country. So that is pretty much a little bit about, Colin Simmons as far as that goes, right? He had 22.5 sacks his junior year at Duncanville High and is only slated to get better. So, I mean, if the Miami Hurricanes can get this guy, it'll be a great get for the Canes, especially since Dylan Stewart decided to commit to South Carolina. Now, remember, in the world of college football, that doesn't mean they're going to stick, all right? We have seen on several occasions where guys commit and flip, and we even benefited from some of those flips as well. Okay, so let's not get, a little too excited. They may flip a guy. They may flip on us too, but the bottom line is that, as of right now, Dylan Stewart is committed to South Carolina. So the main target right now for Miami, outside of the fact that we also want to keep Marquise Lightfoot, who's the blue chip defensive end, is trying to get Colin Simmons, and Colin Simmons will be a great get for the Canes. However, although Miami is part of his top 3, they are listed as the least percentage-wise to get this young man, as he is slated. It's pretty much a bit even between LSU and Texas, but they are speculating on 247 Sports, especially Steve Wiltfong was a high correction rate when it comes to commits. I think it's about 91, 92%. They're expecting him to probably go with LSU. Right, LSU. So Miami is a distant third that many people feel, whether it's on 3, whether it's 247 Sports, they feel Miami is a distant third, especially since the last time that he saw the university was on June 9th. So let's take a look at this also from a different perspective. So what am I getting at here? Jason Taylor has got to be the ultimate closer. Last season, if you remember, or last year's recruiting cycle, when Malik Bryant was a hot linebacker that everybody wanted, it was a battle between the Florida Gators and the Miami Hurricanes, and Charlie Strong was able to pull it out. Now, this is a little bit different because Malik Bryant is a Florida kid, all right? So it's basically, 2 Florida teams battling for this one young man. It's a little different because Colin is from Texas, so Texas has a slight advantage, even though he is speculated to go to LSU. But the one factor is the Jason Taylor factor. Jason Taylor, again, Hall of Famer, a proven coach, right? He coached, at St. Thomas Aquinas. He looked very good, on video with Kamari and Franklin. He's credited for the Marquise Lightfoot commitment, as Marquise Lightfoot had wonderful things to say about JT, because JT, pretty much showed him what he needed to use, in some trials and drills and workouts and so on, and he was very successful at it. The funny part is that it was reported by Steve Wiltfong of 247 Sports that Colin Simmons' mom actually said that he wants him coached by JT. All right, remember, JT, when he was a Miami Dolphin, a lot of these young kids, they only see Jason Taylor highlights if they want to on YouTube. A lot of the parents, like people my age and some of you who watch this show, remember Jason Taylor as a Miami Dolphin is an absolute beast. We'll forget about, the time he played for the Jets. But anyways, we'll remember as an absolute beast, for the Miami Dolphins, especially in the prime of his career when he was having double-digit sack seasons for the Fins alongside, his buddy, Zach Thomas. It was also an absolute beast. And congratulations to Zach for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Jason Taylor was a bad man when he was on that football field for the Miami Dolphins, right? He was someone that you had to watch out for. He would wreak havoc. He was just a beast, okay? When it came to attacking, the quarterback. Now, one thing I also want to say is as time, gets closer, JT is going to have to be the one to close him, all right? JT is going to have to be the one to convince him that Miami is the team for him, that Miami is loaded with blue chip defensive ends, i.e. Ruben Bain and Jaden Wayne from last year's recruiting cycle as well. Let's not forget Cyrus Moss and Najee Kelly from the previous year. So Miami's trying to build something at the defensive end position. Miami has been very successful at sending defensive ends over to the NFL. Jalen Phillips, who plays for the Miami Dolphins, and Gregory Rousseau, who's a Buffalo Bill. So that's something that JT could sell Colin Simmons on, the fact that he will get developed, because Mario Cristobal also, as a head coach, has a reputation for developing talent. He's put guys in the NFL, including putting them in the first round as well when he was the head coach over at Oregon. So that's something that Jason Taylor could sell to Colin Simmons. So if Colin Simmons does commit to the Miami Hurricanes, you're talking about the Miami Hurricanes once again, getting another pair of blue chip defensive ends into the roster for another recruiting cycle. Again, Cyrus Moss, Najee Kelly, all right, two blue chip guys, Then you had last year Jaden Wayne, Ruben Bain, two blue chip guys. You have Marquise Lightfoot, and now you're going to get, hopefully, Colin Simmons, August 10th. Let's hope. Remember, I've always told you guys, and we've seen this, throughout this recruiting cycle, just because Steve Wilfong or 247 Sports, they believe, they crystal ball or predict a player to go to a certain school because of whatever the vibe is, whatever they're hearing, from that school, even from the player himself, that doesn't mean the player has decided, okay? We may think we know what the player is thinking, but it's not always the case. Again, we want to hope that Colin Simmons is Ja'Cory Barney, who everyone thought was going to Miami, but ended up going to Nebraska. We really hope that he's Justin Scott, who ended up committing to Ohio State, but everyone thought that he was a lock for to be a Miami Hurricane. We want Colin Simmons to pretty much pull what happened with Trevante Citizen and Jalil Skinner and become a Miami Hurricane, because once again, this defense, if they could get, Colin Simmons, they will have Lightfoot, Simmons the year before, Bain, Wayne the year before that, Kelly, Moss. Miami is going to build something special within the edge rushers for years to come. Build a pipeline into the NFL, which will again produce more talent and make more talent desire to want to become Miami Hurricanes, because of the fact that they're being developed within the school and they're being sent to the NFL. Again, Rousseau and Phillips. All right, Rousseau and Phillips are very good football players in the NFL. Former Canes, and now we're starting to see some more blue chip recruits starting to come to Miami Hurricanes. And by the way, they're going to be beasts. Najee Kelly is going to be a beast. Cyrus Moss is going to be a beast. Ruben Bain is going to be insane. All right, Ruben Bain is going to kill it, at the college football level. And I do say that if Colin Simmons becomes a Miami Hurricane, he will kill it as a Cane as well. I also think Life is going to kill as a Cane as well. Very good tacklers. As a matter of fact, the Miami Hurricanes are going to be murdering the passer for years to come, because a lot of even the linebackers that Miami's picked up are very good. You can use them as edge rushers as well. Guys like Bryant, even Cam Pruitt, who's from the state of Alabama as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. Remember, August 10th, Colin Simmons, the top edge rusher in the country, will be committing to a school. All right, hopefully it is the Miami Hurricanes. All right, buddy, if you like what you heard, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 247 Sports Now. Once again, I am Will. Stay safe. God bless you soon. Go Canes. All about the U. Bye-bye.